Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in KITZUR, HILCHOS, SHABBOS. We're in the laws of bishul, of cooking, and we're talking about something called a davar lach, something that is moist. There is an issue of bishul achar bishul, of cooking after cooking. Now, ma nikra davar lach? What is exactly considered to be a davar lach, this moist type of a food? There's a machlekes, an argument whether or not you go after the nature of the food before you heat it up, or the way that it's going to be after you heat it up. That means if you have something that's dry, which is going to melt after you cook it, for example, instant coffee, it's dry, but when you put it into hot water, it melts. Or vakas chalav, powdered milk. It's dry right now while it's powder, but when you put it into the water, it melts, it becomes milk. Im noisen aleim din shel davar yavesh, kevan shekodim achimim hem yaveshim. So now, do you call it a davar yavesh because since before you heated it up and before it melted, it was dry? Then in those things, there's no such thing as bishul cooking after cooking, because we said before, davar yavesh, something that's dry, doesn't get recooked. Oh, here do we say since that these things are melted after they get heated up, then they become liquidy, moist type of things. Then we're going to judge them as being a davar lach, which means it's something that is, yes, bishul achar bishul, and therefore you would not be able to pour your hot water or make the powdered milk, because it's going to become, it's bishul achar bishul. Utzvichim ladin yesh bishul achar bishul. The asr lechem, and then it would be asr to heat them up. So he doesn't explain over here what's going to be the halacha about the instant coffee and the powdered milk. We're going to have to wait till we get there. But he's just pointing out, this is the shaila, this is the issue over here. Do you call it a davar yavish? Do you call it something that's dry? Or do you call it a davar lach? Do you call it something that's moist already? Next thing is davar afli v'tzaling, something that is baked or roasted. Kamosha amrinan shein bishul achar bishul v'davar yavish. Just like we said, there's no cooking after cooking when it comes to something that's dry. So too, there's no baking after baking. And there's no roasting after roasting. So if something was baked already and now you heat it up, that's not considered to be recooking or rebaking. And so to something that's roasted, now you want to put it to heat up again. That's not roasting after roasting. We call makom, nevertheless. We did say above that you could have baking after bishul if something was cooked, and now you want to do something to make it like it's baked. That's an issue. So too, cooking after baking is also a problem. So too, cooking after roasting is also a problem. Could go in past, for example, bread. You cannot heat it up in a way that's special. You can't drop your bread into hot water. So too, something that is roasted, you cannot put that into something that is like hot boiling water that's going to heat it up. Even though that's stam, in a regular case, we know that there's bishul after baking, and there's bishul after roasting, and vice versa, roasting after bishul and baking after bishul. Not all of the poskim hold of this. Therefore, in a pressing circumstance, sometimes we could be makel, we could allow for such a thing. Make sure you go and you ask the rabbi if such a thing is going to be permissible or not. Have a wonderful day.